hear me. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden,
I saw it go away. That happens sometimes. That's why they're called lives. It makes it
yeah.
more fun.
Well,
So
thank everybody
yes,
for coming back.
absolutely. Well, the fun thing is that this has its life after this, So yeah, hi Casey. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, I love what I do because where I find myself, and especially with the brand and all the questions we're about to start to engage on, is that and Cindy, you and I have had this conversation. Your personal style changes for always, and I've been in fashion always. I mean, I really have been. I mean, even when I was doing high school jobs or working to pay for college, I chose to be in the fashion industry. So I can call out names of places that I've worked. Some don't exist any longer. Some still do. But you take your personal style, and with each decade, generation, personal, change in age of your life experience, your world travels. Things change. You start to see the world differently, and your personal style continues to evolve. I think what's really fun at our age collectively is that you start to reach a point where not only do you see the fashion world recycling maybe the trends of the decades that you've lived through, but you're wiser because of those. And so you can remember, okay, if we're going 80s, this is what I would choose to wear now because I remember back in the 80s, I wore this, and this. And out of those five things, this is the one that I still can wear because I do believe that you don't have to be. And you shouldn't allow yourself to be pigeonholed. And I think living through all of that helps you understand where your personal style is and where it meets your heart and where it meets what brings you joy at different times of the day, different times of the year, not in every moment. But, fashion in itself is tremendously cyclical. I mean, things that people were wearing in the roaring 20s and like palazzo pants, which we saw a lot of palazzo jeans, that's been around for years, I mean hundreds of years. Things that are, they don't go away, they just evolve. And in denim in particular, what I really love is watching that we are seeing, especially designs incorporate things. We love our straight leg. We'll talk about her and Marilyn, who launched us 24 years ago and continues to be our number one seller. But denim is no longer limited with silhouettes that are specifically denim, because denim itself has become so premium, and there's so many ways to make it with technologies and different things that you can cut it softer, you can make it flowier, you can do things that weren't available, I would say, even 20 years ago. I mean, when we
Yeah.
started the company 24 years ago. So, yeah, that's, I think that's the fun part. That's why I am a fan of yours, because I love listening to you talk about empowering people and empowering them yourself and being able to meet the moment that day with what you feel like presenting yourself to the world. And it's okay if one day it's a pair of sweatpants and you don't want to deal with the world, and you're just running errands and you're doing your thing. And then it's also the same. It's okay that if you're just running errands and you're just planning to go to the grocery store and to do a few things, that you do put on your red lip and that you do put on your most favorite fun outfit, because it's not about, it's about you. It's not about how people should perceive you. And if you're overdressed for the situation or underdressed, there's a way to celebrate yourself with fashion, with style, and then specifically with us with denim, you
Yeah.
know?
I do love my denim. I
Yeah.
do love my denim. But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, do we want to start some of the questions?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. We'll dive in. I got a few of them in front of me, but
Okay.
let's see here. I hope Kim is on. Hi, Kim. Hi,
Kim is
Heidi.
in Australia, so she might
Oh,
not be
she
on.
she might not be. Well, Kim will watch this then later. Well, or she'll see me on TBSN. So Kim was asking. There's a lot. I'm going to try to handle Kim and Heidi. Let's see here, and probably Antonia. A lot of people have the same questions around the world of petite which are, I believe, questions around petite, around rise, and which I joke with Cindy because that is not her question. She's super tall. Whenever I talk about tall, she's like, "I don't think your talls are tall enough, Mark. You have to give us a few more inches." So let's start with that. And how do you approach denim as a petite woman? And I think you know yourself. First of all, are you petite in terms of, is your torso longer, or your legs shorter, or your legs are longer and your torso is shorter? So it's all petite women know that it's really not as easy as an inseam. It's really, the discussion is about the rise. So you want to make sure, because I know a lot of women who are like 5'2", but they wear regular inseams because proportionately they're not really petite when it comes to where the rise would hit, which a rise, of course, is, for all of you who are not familiar, right where it sits at your true waist and then back down through the crotch, both front and back. You want to ensure that it fits you perfectly. And that's that torso ratio and the leg ratio that I'm always talking about, which really helps you decide if you're petite. Now, there are some short inseams out there in the world. We used to do them. We do very few of them now, only because, unfortunately, I think for the petite consumer, we still have it all over our site, and then some of the other partners we have still carry a lot of it. But it is harder to find that out there in the world, which, Cindy, it's harder to find the talls in the world.
Yeah.
We try to always, give you both. So when you're talking about, finding your perfect size, I'll start with Kim. She was really making sure that she wanted to discuss the waistband, right? On a petite, she was worried where her tummy fit, and in fact, if, high rise works or not. So I thought what I would do is show a pair, and I will take a fun pair, so it'll kind of distract you a little too while we're looking at it. A little tease. Here's something new coming.
Oh,
So,
wow.
isn't that gorgeous? This
Yeah.
is our blue bloom, and this is in our Sherry Slim, which is a 14-inch leg. As you know, are really great classic 5 pockets. So much like the Maryland Sherry's, the next step down with the 14-inch leg. So this is at the true waist. And what, I always make sure people like Kim and everyone who's asking that very same question, know and trust that you want to size to fit, that your hip is perfectly fitted and that your waist is perfectly fitted. And again, if she is, we always say size down. So what Kim did not share was, Julie did. She shared she was a size 6. Kim didn't give us her size, but I will go with just the comparison for Julie, who asked about shorts, and she's at 5'3". That you still size down because you can see the yoke is higher in the back, and it gives that ability to smooth you. Because remember, if you know our jeans, pardon me, it is this lift tuck panel, which is going to smooth you and give you that comfort. So when you're talking about a more flattering tummy, this is going to give you that by you sizing down. And then what it does is it takes this and it smooths you out. I think it's important also that you realize, for 24 years, we've been specializing in more of, now, of course, we have women all across the spectrum that shop from us at this point, us being NYDJ, but, it was not your daughter's jeans is how we originated. So we're very well aware. And of course, we're a very big proponent of conversation with women who are going through menopause and going through different changes, and also, dealing with, having had a few children, and, that their body has shifted and their tummies are different and changed. We're well suited for that. So by following the size guidelines, sizing down, that's going to help smooth you. And I wouldn't share away, her specific question was, should I avoid high-waisted? This is more of a natural waist, but I think it's almost counterintuitive. The high waist, believe me, is not going to move the muffin top up. That was her words, not mine. She was worried that it was going to shift up. What it really will do is allow the lift tuck, because it's going to, hit you perfectly, whether it's at the true waist or the high waist that we created. It will position itself perfectly and smooth that area out. So I think you have to test styles. So it's not as much as a waistband question. I believe a lot of people are really the concern. That's why I held up the Sherry, is how does it fit me proportionally? So I believe that if you are dealing with narrower legs and maybe a fuller, torso area, just a little bit more of a tummy, I tend to take most of my clients immediately to the Sherry. Now, this is a fun one, of course, but the Sherry Slim is that 14-inch leg. It's still a slimmer leg, but it's a straight cut like Maryland. So it's very classic. And that will give you your straight cut classic fit that will balance that issue out for you. I would go there always first. Then have fun with fashion styles. I think a lot of women are afraid. The next thing is you want to go into things like this one I love because this is a utility trouser. So it really cinches the waist, but it gives you so much relaxed leg.
Uh-oh.
You,
There we go.
there you go.
Yeah.
That can all allow you to proportionately feel comfortable, but also it will look proportionate on you. So wrapped in all that question, there was a lot of people concerned, can I wear a wide leg? Can I wear, the different types of body types? And the answer is yes. Please don't steer away from them because you believe, that just the torso ratio is going to be too much for you. A lot of the people who are on the 5'1", 5'4", 4'9" scale, I'm going to be honest with you, we're all still in the industry searching for what that inseam can be for you. The standard petite inseam is really 28. We have been moving it down closer to 27. Those are ankles, and for most people as well. And I know that in this world, a lot of people have said they'd prefer a 26. However, I challenge you a little that there's ways that first you should learn different ways you might want to style it before you get married to that actual inch. Why we chose 28, it allows you to cuff, it allows you to change the heels of your shoes. You may say right now, I don't wear heels. You might want a kitten heel, and then you've already taken the inches off the jeans, and it's hard to wear. You might want to wear a wedge or an espadrille that has a little more lift. And that's going to compromise how you feel about the leg. So I always say, get the jean home, try it on with a lot of things, and then make the determination if that petite inseam is working for you. There are ankles and different jeans that we have that you can also, when I'm working with, especially on air, petite hosts, sometimes they say it's like petite friendly. It is only in terms of inseam. I mean, I do want to be honest. I know that you need a rise for, some petites need the actual rise to be adjusted. So you have to kind of test it for yourself. But get it home, try it out. I think the biggest concern that I've read across the board here is, can I try a wide leg? Yes, wide legs look beautiful on all women. So don't take yourself out of a style because you feel you're too petite for it to still be, shown, and you get the value for it, because that's all about the great belt you're going to put on. That's all about how you're going to cinch your waist and the great top you're going to put on, the fabulous earrings you're going to do to balance the whole look. To get the wide leg, you want to make sure that you embrace the whole outfit. Everyone can rock it. So it's not something just for Cindy's of the world who are super tall. All women should be able to do it. And so, Kim and Julie, and I'm going to make sure here, and Antonia, these are all important questions that you kind of asked. So I try to answer the wide leg versus the slim. You can wear both. The whole idea of where the waist should hit, that's, allow it to try both at your true waist and try the high rise. Because I'm not sure in most of the comments, unless you've specifically tried ours and it hasn't fit you properly, I just suggest you try ours first, because we don't tend to get that feedback because of our Lift Tuck technology, that wherever it sits, it does balance out that particular question. And then it's about, where your body is, because I deal with, our clients, all the way from their 30s through their 80s and 90s. I do have one client who's 104 in Mission Viejo. She's amazing, Marianne. So hopefully she's going to tune in and watch this at some point. But your body changes, and I want to make sure that people know. I mean, our clients love us and have continued to love us for ever by telling each other and their friends about us. And I think it's the ability to really know that we have different styles that will fit every part of your body as your body changes. So that's why I always go with Sherry. She's great. Marilyn is perfect for all of our curvy girls. She'll always be your first one that you get into. And then the rest kind of grow from there, because we proportionally make everything pretty much the same down to the knee. And then it changes from there, except for a couple of new things happening around the thigh, which is
Oh,
exciting.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask you, I love the lift tuck, and it never occurred to me, is that on every pair of jeans that we get from you, or is it just on certain ones?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's on 99.9% of
Okay.
everyone. There has been a couple. We did a Mona trouser, and if we do something trousery,
Hmm.
or and not, our linen has it, so we even put our lip tuck in our linen and our ponte. But we do, if we want to give you a real deep pocket or something just different, we talk about that in terms of that particular panel. We don't give it to you, but we still do the yoke higher in the back to give you
Yeah.
that more confident fit. But yeah, it's 99.9%.
And I want to say to anybody that is hearing Mark say size down, and you're thinking, there's no way I can size down. I thought the same thing. When I
Yeah.
first ordered a pair, I thought, you know what? Because they were selling out fast on QVC. And so I thought, I'm just going to get both sizes and, like my normal size and then size down. And sure enough, I was returning my regular, quote, regular size. And nobody believes it. And I'm saying, believe it.
Yeah,
Believe it.
believe it
Just believe it.
and allow it to work with you. I'm holding up another fun new one. I love this
Ooh.
color. It's called Greek Sea.
Oh, that's a
And
great color.
this one is our cool embrace technology. So I wanted to kind of throw that in there too. Yeah, I know you know about our cool embrace. And this is really amazing technology because this allows, of course, for it to wick and take away heat and moisture and help your temperature feel calm and cool and comfortable in denim. This is our Bailey, which I really love. This is a very relaxed at the thigh fit, and then it tapers down. You'll be seeing this coming out very soon.
Very
Sorry to
nice.
tempt you with a nice little cuff. But the fun thing about the Bailey and some of the other silhouettes is you're going to see a lot of relaxed. Yes, you need that in Atlanta, Casey. We'll get that to you. Absolutely, right? I mean, this is a beautiful color, and it's a premium, amazing denim that's so soft, so supple, but also so functional that it helps
Stretchy.
you. Yeah, absolutely. All of our denim is stretch and recover. We do we have all that four-way stretch, which is going to give you all that in your life. We do have some that are sturdier, but it depends on the look, because, you need different denim for different silhouettes. But I think you're going to see a lot of stuff coming out now, guys, where you're going to see us showing you a lot of relaxed leg. We're never giving up the classic four, like the Marilyn, the Amy, the Barbara, the Sherry, which all have that classic look. But denim is releasing a little bit more right now, especially in the thigh, because
Hmm.
people want a little more relaxed look, especially for spring and summer. And yes, this sounds counterintuitive. At the same time, literally, skinnies couldn't be hotter either. So it's just, I think what that is a reflection. Literally, fashion has always reflected the confluence of a lot of things happening in the world. And there's a lot of things happening in the world. We'll keep it, as
Yeah.
general as possible. And with that, people are really feeling the need for a tremendous amount of self-expression.
Mhm.
And with that comes all of these varieties of different things that people want to show and want to wear. And that, I think we'll repeat ourselves at least 2 or 3 times in this conversation about your personal style. There
Yes.
may be a day that you want to rock that Amy Skinny and wear that boot and have a whole different attitude. And then, the next day slip on your Bailey and feel relaxed and kind of your mood is a different mood,
Yeah.
and that is the same woman, you know.
And there's times when, I think in my head, well, tomorrow I'm going to wear this and this, and these jeans. And then I pull them on and it's just like, it just is not working for me. So I put on a different pair, so it's like,
Absolutely.
it's also the mood and the weather and all kinds of things that I think influence what you're going to wear. So, oh, look at that together.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lori's calling out the florals. So yeah, I mean, you have to have fun with your denim. I mean, classic denim, I could show that all day. I'm wearing it, you're wearing it. But what we are really going to be seeing is, more beautiful floral prints, which are gorgeous, laser prints, gorgeous deep colors like this
I
beautiful
love
Greek
that.
blue. I mean, these are just really important things that you need to start preparing for. And then washes and details. Look at this loop stitch. This is really, really important. I'm going to come in so you can see
Oh,
it here.
wow.
It's
Yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
about the details, and it's also going to be down around the ankle. So this is also when you're looking at your inseams, you have to also remember on a lot of things, there's going to be some really great detail at the bottom. So before you decide you need to get them altered, you want to really decide what you want to wear in terms of a shoe to do that. And this is a classic Maryland,
Oh,
but what
wow.
we've
Okay.
done is given you the classic Maryland with a couple of new little twists to just bring it in, much less, the gorgeous, wash is spectacular. This is Blue Parade, and you can see there are no whiskers because we don't want to distract from this
Mm-hmm.
beautiful thread loop through there. But then, of course, you're getting just enough sanding. So there's so much. Yeah, thank you. It is a beautiful loop stitch, isn't it?
Really nice.
Yeah. So this is the Maryland to answer that question, Heidi, and yes, to be seen soon, coming out. So you're getting the previews. There's a lot of detail, a lot of fun, and it's all about washes, updating the wash. We were looking at the utility pant, and again, this is our Simone high rise utility pant. And when you hear the word high rise, so I'm going back to Kim, Heidi, Maya, this do not turn away from this. I mean, this is something that will really cinch your waist. And if you're talking about having, some tummy issues, that'll fall right in here. So you'll be protected with the lift tuck. And then look at this leg. You're just really getting such a beautiful break at the thigh and, a gorgeous, it just keeps opening. And that's really going to make you feel comfortable and beautiful. This has a gorgeous hem that is raw. So it's perfect for some of you who have asked, okay, so now I want a little shorter inseam. Again, I say get it home first and put it on with your shoes. But this is something very simple. Now we have tacked in where we'd like it to stay, but you could then very simply, get that raw hem and just cut it again. Um, if you're not an expert seamstress, always go to your dry cleaner,
Yeah.
and and they'll take care of it for you. But try things on first. But
Now,
definitely love.
who is that one? That
Yeah,
is,
this is our high rise Simone
okay.
trouser, a utility. Yeah, isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, yeah. And I
Yeah,
also want to throw out there that, some of our petites think that they can't wear them because it will make them look shorter, to
yeah,
wear a high rise, but it actually lengthens the look so they look
yeah.
taller. So,
Yeah, a lot of petites. Listen, we sell a lot of Mia Palazzos, and I think you bought the palazzo I just had on air
yeah,
not too
I
long
did.
ago.
I
And I'll
did.
show that in a second. But that's for every woman. I mean,
Mhm.
of course, if you're tall, yes, but if you're petite, everyone still enters the room with that same drama. It still looks fantastic on. So it's still cinching every woman at the waist. It's still opening up dramatically. Now, I think you have to start getting comfortable, and that's about personal style. Um, you know, Denim is not made to be, just like perfectly, I think, in its truest, most beautiful self, should not just be, just perfectly right resting on your shoe. You need a little leeway. You want to have a little play. And especially as you get to these wider legs, you need to be able to have the drama. So there's nothing wrong with if you see longer, wider legs when you look at the fashion magazines, now you don't have to become one of these models. That's not what we're saying. Adapt it to where you want it in your practical life. But, you know, it's okay if it drags a little. It's okay if sometimes, you know, that it's extra at the bottom, or that it, you know, gets a little frayed at the back because you've worn it that way for a while. That's part of the charm,
Yeah.
of your denim growing with you and having the stories. And I think that's really indicative of when you're going to invest in a palazzo. I mean, you know, don't worry. We've
Yeah.
got these gorgeous hems that are going to hold in place. That's the one that got you. I
Yeah.
know.
That's I'm taking that with me to Atlanta in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's going to
A
be
couple
great.
couple months, I guess. It's March.
But it's gorgeous with the D ring. And again, vintage white. This is a trend. You're going to see a lot of beautiful new washes in denim, but especially vintage white, you're going to see a lot of. And I thought for comparison in the conversation today, I would show you, okay, here's optic and here's vintage. So I've got
Ah,
highlights on. So, you know, don't get rid of your optic whites. You're going to love those as well. But vintage is really kind of cool and going down that Pantone Cloud Dancer world.
yeah.
And it really is, you know, you're going to be able to wear them both different times, different things. I tend to think, you know, I'm actually, it's hard for guys because it's hard for us to find some of these colors because I'm desperately looking for this myself, but this
Mhm.
works really, really well with, you know, the chambrays, like the blouse that you have on right now. This is going to look great with every kind of color in the rainbow that you can think of, but I love denim on denim. And then
Oh
optic
yeah.
white, you know, never get rid of that because it's so crisp. If you've never tried ours, it truly is the one to try. Not people say it, not just me, because we're very opaque, so you'll never see anything behind it, and it's always going to give you that extra self confidence that you want. So, yeah, but these are some of the spring looks, you know, and the
Yeah.
spring colors coming your way.
I see my daughter's thinking that those will stay in Atlanta.
Yeah, she can get another pair. You know, you guys could share exactly.
I
I
keep
know
telling
your
her they're not
daughter's.
my daughter's jeans. They're
She's very tall, so I know
yes.
that she could wear yours too. I'm going to
Yeah.
show you this one in a little bit too. So good. What else we've talked about? Oh, this was interesting. Violetta asked something about being having like, and she, these are her words, so like thicker legs
Mhm.
and what denim is best. I think that that's a really also good personal question. First of all, we know we can say wide legs are going to always give you more freedom of movement, but what look are you looking for, Violetta? And it's, you know, I think it's again how much confidence you have at your free expression, because as we know, there's a lot of women that, you know, you can still wear a skinny jean, you can still wear a skinny leg. It's up to you how you want to do that. I don't know your size on the scale, but we carry, you know, all sizes. So I would say don't rule out any look. What you need to do is, like, if you want an Amy Skiddy fitted, you can have that. We do have some knit jeans coming up too that can give you a nice fitted look as well. You know, I always say it. Marilyn is going to give every woman that perfect fit. She wins awards for that. So allow that to happen and know that with our denim, even if you feel that it's, you know, holds to your leg a little smoother and a little more contoured. It's not going to cut you off. It'll never be uncomfortable in that way because the way that it moves and how soft and durable it is. So you're going to be able to have freedom of movement and still have that great look. If you're looking to really kind of mask that, if that's your approach, you don't want to show your leg, then wide legs galore. You've got a ton of those. The utility pant, the Simone, you know, anything that's opening up more, and you can see that with us starts at the knee and goes all the way down. So I would say you're looking for anything that's opening up to 17 and a half to 26-inch wide leg would give you all of that freedom of movement. But start with Marilyn and don't leave out that you can still have an Amy. You know, it's just something that, again, I think it's about your personal taste and it's about how you're going to wear everything else around it. And unless it totally is something like an insecurity that you don't want to show that, I always say embrace your curves, embrace the beautiful body that you have. And there's a way to balance all that. And that's through, like Cindy's constantly giving us great tips on this site. You would then just balance it with a beautiful flowier blouse, or,
Mhm.
like a tunic that would come down and just then give you like the knee to ankle ratio that would be showing. And then to elongate that more, you would wear, a more of a lavalier kind of necklace, and you would wear earrings that are bigger. All those things that you need to do and have fun with, that then give you the whole visual optical look of the outfit that you're creating. Because it's not, the jeans need to be comfortable in the denim world, and so we're going to deliver that. The rest is then how are you going to draw the look and the attention away to different things, and
Mhm.
that's from a hat to a pair of fabulous glasses to jewelry to the length of your tunic or blouse, your belts. I mean, right, belts are having a huge moment,
Yes.
and it's just bring it back, a huge gorgeous buckle and a great beautiful blouse will always balance out all of those things. So I think and we all have some body dysmorphia. We all go through a moment or two, no matter how confident we are. Everyone has one of those days. You're fibbing if you're saying it doesn't happen to you, but you can be the most confident human being in the world, and then look in that mirror and go, oh, I don't know. But I've always, the rule that I've had my whole life is dress for the mood you want to be in, and you
Yeah.
will be. So if I've got a cold, I'm still going to dress really great because I want to look good and feel better. If I'm feeling like I'm a little fluffier today, because we all have this. Listen,
Yeah.
I it is not about being just women's bodies. Men have the same issues. Like, we have the same thing constantly when I'm talking to my clients. People can always be so hard on themselves, and then we're harder on each other. Just really embrace that your personal style, which we're going to keep mentioning, is really about you, and it can change daily. It can be fluid, and you need to just build your collection in your wardrobe around your jewelry, around your glasses, around your hats, around your shoes, around your blouses, around your denim, around your non-denim. Because don't forget, we have lots of beautiful linen and different things. You want to just make sure that you always have something to go to that you personally love, and that it makes you feel fabulous. And you can attempt and execute any look out there. You just have to wear it your way. And then I always say, like that old adage, once you're at the mirror, stand and look. And there's probably one thing you can take off before you go.
Well, and
That's all.
I want to let the ladies know that they can go to the website, because you've got wide legs, you've got
Oh, we got
skinnier
everything.
jeans, everything is available. Flare legs. What's the one that is it Billy? No, wait. There's a like a belt. There's like a mini bell.
Well, we have a Billy boot that's yeah,
Okay, that's what
which
it
is
is.
a minier
Mini
boot.
boot. Yes, yes.
Absolutely. We have stovepipe. We have everything. I mean, we were continuing. Stovepipe is really, really flattering on everyone, and so yeah, we have all these options out there. And again, I think this is a wonderful time to especially wear denim. Denim is something that it, it's truly one of the last few things I believe in, especially believe in ours, that you can invest in with premium denim, and it's going to last for you. Now, there's fun fashion. There's nothing wrong with it. You can run into any place that sells it and buy something for $19.99, throw it on, and be upfront with yourself that you're going to get one season, if you're lucky, maybe one great night or brunch. But what we know is that we have for 24 years delivered product that is something that not just about our mantra to keep your curves in place and celebrate your body, and to always wrap them in premium denim. It's also about the quality of what we bring, which leads me into another fun thing that we're doing. So all of our denim is going to have stretch, strength. We do have some that are more rigid, more cotton
Mhm.
heavy, but that has to do with the look, right? That's all explained on the website. So if you were to look at like our Casey stovepipe, it's going to have less stretch, more cotton, because that's how you keep the stovepipe leg looking so
Hmm.
beautiful, right? We have some like our Mona trouser that are basically chambray and they're flowy. They're 100% cotton. There's no stretch in it, but the weight of it is so, so, so beautiful that every time I like show it to a customer, the first thing I do is just wave it because they're just, it's magical. They're like, that's really denim. And it's, yeah, that's denim.
And I think
This
people need to know to, if especially if you're going to the website, read the information about, read the description so you know what you're getting, because it'll say if it's 100% cotton, it's not going to have much give
Yeah,
at all.
we
So
have a
just keep that
stretch.
in
We have
mind.
a stretchometer. Yeah, so it says stretchy, very stretchy, no stretch, absolutely. And we have a lot of great strength. This is something. Now you're all getting something really early. I might get in trouble, so I'll just show it for a second. So this, I'll just let you read that here. But
Oh,
we have a new partnership, and it's not launching yet, so it's coming in March. So I won't steal the thunder
okay,
of our
okay.
marketing team, but we have ethically um, sourced and taken product that could be, waste, and we're trying to help Mother Nature. And we have formulated a brand new, beautiful denim, which is soft and super strong because of the process. And it really gives back in a very, very ethical, wonderful way. So I won't share anymore because we're going to have a huge launch of this. It's coming out, but I will show you the fashion of it. This is going to be the Teresa and a wide leg. Look at those
Ah,
beautiful copper buttons.
uh-huh.
We got a lot of new and the leg. And so you can actually, have denim that also conserves and helps the world, but also has inherent qualities that make it even more strength and strong and beautiful and gives you longer length. So, full circle is what we're trying to do is help you build a wardrobe that, and at City, I think at this point, because you've collected quite a few of ours, it's not about as much as needing new denim as getting excited about, a new beautiful floral denim
Yeah.
or a beautiful new blue or a beautiful new vintage white, adding another selection into what you have, because we're always going to have the classic indigos and more of those and great treatments. But I mean, get ready. We've got classics, but we have so much fun with like the loose stitching I showed you. But the
Uh-huh.
the hardware is changing and evolving. The different way that we want to show treatments and show embellishments and show the holiday season. We had some beautiful bejeweled pieces that were just flew out the door. We had those
You had some
removable feathers and
there,
yeah and
there were
beads.
some that had like burnished, or it was
Yes, yeah.
yeah,
So we
those
we
were nice.
laser printed,
Laser printed, yes,
yeah,
yes.
and it gives you a really gorgeous feel. There's so much to do, and then we do it all on premium denim, and premium denim that's approachable because in the world of premium denim, you can spend $500 for a pair of denim. It's out there. We truly believe that we're pushing the limits and giving you really gorgeous premium denim with a very strong focus on fit and technology and the tech team who I was just talking to our tech designer, Jen. And, we still design, the majority of our designs are still done by hand. So even though a lot of the industry mass produce things where a blueprint for a denim or any pant comes through a computer at this point, we just had a real big heart to heart that even the computer still misses things.
Mm.
And we employ a beautiful team of people out there who are hand sketching and really hand creating these pieces of fabric that turn into denim that are happening on your to our fit model, and then it's coming to you because we can't just let AI or a computer completely make it. You have to have somebody's discernible eye. And it's a we were saying that we're worried that maybe it's going to be not now but in the future less and less likely that people on tech teams are trained to have that eye and to do it
Mm.
manually because they're more and more apt to have learned on some device. So we're very lucky. We have a beautiful group of people in there who, not only wear and support our product, but are, using their eyes, their hands, and their skills to ensure your perfect fit.
That's great. That's great. Now I know someone had asked, and I know we probably need to get ready to wrap up here, but somebody was asking about if you want to have a more like dressy look, like if you wanted to wear them to
Yes, I
work
did.
or to out to on a date night or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. So I read that question. I'm so glad we brought it up. I think I've got a couple of answers. Here's the go-to default. The darker the denim, the dressier the denim. That's simple. So we've got rinses or go to your the deepest indigos. And you can always count on. I mean, you can always do black, you can always do
Mhm.
that. You can always go to the dark rinse, right? It's so deep and wonderful. My challenge to that individual is. What is the event about? And why can't you flip it on its side and have fun and styling? We have immense, beautiful selection of grays. So
Mhm.
when it calls for black, why not a beautiful pewtery gray? Why not something like that? When it calls for, um, you know, you can walk into the office. You can walk into the office with confidence as much as you can with a dark rinse as you can with a great blue. I
Yeah.
mean, you really need to look at, we've got gorgeous pinks right now. I had limited space, so I was like, what else can I bring in here? Oh, I do have the one behind me. So this is Ballet, which you just saw me launch, but we have
Yes.
other pinks as well. I mean, there are some really gorgeous options out there, and this is denim, and I think that people forget that we're able to do that. I was very excited about this color too that we just launched. We have more on the way. This is launched for spring and for summer.
What
And I
color is
think
that?
this is sage leaf. And I
Okay.
think that sometimes people look at these colors and think, well, wait a minute. Is that a fall color? No, it's a preppy color. I mean, you and I have it. This goes back to where were you in the 60s, 70s,
Yeah.
50s? Where's your fashion heart and brain coming from? But this is, go back to the Izod Ralph Lauren days. This is, not that Ralph isn't still predominantly out there doing the best town and country you could ever see. These are the colors that are timeless. So a sage leaf will take you through endless evening events with the right mixture of sparkle and texture, as much as it will during the summer month with linen and some sparkly, sandals and the biggest sun hat you can find. You'll be completely chic and gorgeous. So I think you have to play. That question was a great question, but I think again the answer has to have more nuance because if you could wear black, you could wear gray.
Yeah.
And if you wear the gray, it gives you more fun and versatility to add the texture in your blouse, the texture in your
Mhm.
jewelry, and so on, everything that we keep discussing. Let if it's especially if it's a work outfit, then let your blazer speak for you and let this and then your power bag and your shoes be that moment at work, right? Because when you're in an office situation, it's the bag and the shoes that are really setting the tone, and then if it's an evening situation, let this keep you comfortable, be the foundation, and then it's what you're going to build
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't limit yourself to the easiest answer, which is the darker denim will always save the day. It certainly will, and it's a go-to. But I'm all for, grab the fresh and the fun, and bring it into that event.
Or even a white, even the
Oh,
white that you show. Yeah.
always, yeah. I mean, I love that. This vintage white is going to have a hot moment. You're going to see it in a lot of different silhouettes. But this is just, and I'm so glad you got these. And I do think your daughter's going to steal them from you, so you better find a second pair. These are just stunning. And in the vintage white, it just really allowed us to let the silhouette, the palazzo, not only flow, but just have that really stunning look. Um, it's important that whatever you pick, and I'm I know that we're letting a little time go here, but that's fine. Whatever you pick needs to really be again something that brings you joy. And the denim is going to fit you. Where I'm not worried about that. You pick our brand, it's going to fit you. You're going to feel confident in it. You're going to feel comfortable in it. But the rest is up to you. So all we can provide is the perfect denim and the perfect fit. But have fun and mix patterns and mix things, and don't feel if you've got floral bottoms, don't believe you can't have a floral top. You can just
Mhm.
have a bigger pattern on the floral top and let the ditzy pattern on the bottom. Have fun. I think you're again, Cindy, why we connected personally is that, everything that you give out on your world and your blog and talking to people is about really allowing them to, feel their heart through their accessories, through their joy, to not be bogged down by, like you and I were chatting before this, like the memory of something somebody said to you
Yeah.
in second grade, or at the during your lunch break. I mean,
Yeah.
we've all had people who kind of walk by and level you with something, and you're like, oh, wow. And we're humans. So it takes a minute. And you're like, oh, okay. And then you start to second guess, snap out of it.
Yes.
I mean, it really, isn't worth it. And it's easier said than done, but it's building a community like this. So, when you're feeling that moment, you just jump on, Cindy's site and get re-inspired. You look at your favorite inspirational things in your life and pull yourself out of it. And then just, allow yourself to flourish and thrive and wear who you are,
Yes.
in that moment. And that can change day to day, and that's okay.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Mark, thank you so much for
You're so
taking time
welcome.
to go over all the different styles and to speak to women who are often stuck in that spot where they think, I can't do this, I can't do that. By the way, I think when we first started, that there was a woman who came on and she kept saying, I can't wear jeans, I can't wear jeans. And she bought her first pair in a very long time, for her for a very long time
Yeah.
in the summer or late spring. And then we were all in Canada and she got herself a couple other pairs of
Ah,
jeans. I
there
was
you go.
very excited. I was very excited. I was like, yes, you can, you can. And it's not just jeans, it's anything, whatever you feel,
Absolutely.
whatever you're
Yeah.
drawn to and
It's like
don't get
saying I
boxed
can't wear
in.
red lipstick, or
Yeah,
I can't wear false eyelashes at this
yeah,
age. Well, yeah, yeah, you can. It's
yeah, you can.
you put the limit on you. Like you can do anything you want. Have fun with it, and I think this is the best time ever. Is free expression, allowing yourself to feel beautiful, and remember that yes, you're dressing for you and then the others around you, but if it's about you and you have to feel great.
Yes.
And I think that's the little voice in all of our heads that we
Yeah.
always constantly have to listen to, because it's tough. Yeah, people are always got something to say.
And
um
and I think when you feel that, when you feel good about what you have on and about what you're wearing, and you walk into a room, everybody's going to feel that. They may not come up to you and say, "Hey, I really like those jeans," but you walk into that room with a totally different mindset and a totally different attitude when you feel good about what you wear. And
Absolutely.
I think I'm wearing the 360 curve. I don't even know what these are today,
Yeah.
but I always feel good in these, So I thought I'm going to put on my jeans that make me feel good today. So
Well, and that's the point. You want to feel good, and you feel good. And remember, you can go through a day and have a fabulous outfit on and maybe not even get a compliment, but it doesn't mean you didn't wear it for the compliment. You
right,
wore it for you, and you're feeling great. And the rest of it comes naturally. But I think strength and independence and vitality and your ability to have a positive day and a vibe and feel good, it's challenged constantly in
yes,
our very busy lives. So dress for that war. Get out there and put on what you want to be that day. Relish in it, have fun in it, feel comfortable in it. That's what we're going to provide: comfort and great fashion and great denim. And the rest is, just have fun, and that's all you can do. Just look great and feel comfortable, and test your boundaries. Like all these great questions today were amazing. Test yourself, and remember, You're not married to any of it. We have a great return policy too. And we're speaking about when I say try things and you're going, oh, great, Mark. Sure, I can buy 4. You don't have to keep all 4. You might, I warn you, you may fall in love with them and end up doing that. But try things on. Try it, see what it feels like, explore. And I think that's again why we've connected so well together is that your heart of this has always been explore and test things. And there are no reasons to say no. Just give it a shot.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you again. I appreciate you
Thank
so
you.
much. And
Stay warm. Oh my gosh. There. You look cozy. And then everyone else watching, thank you so much. And I know more people will be watching. So you could reach out to either of us, DM us. We'll continue to answer your questions. If there are more personal questions, because I know a lot of the women that I help want to DM privately with their, like, if they do, they want to talk very specifically about a measurement or different things. Also, our website has made very, very easy for all of you. We've got several devices. We've got TrueFit, so you can put in, and that helps calculate. We've got our own denim and fit quizzes, so we've got lots of that. I'm available, and also we have a ton of things that are very user-friendly on our site to ensure that everything works well for you. And I look forward to you and I doing another one of these for summer. So I think we're going to try to knock one out every quarter and have more and more fun stuff to show the world.
sounds great, Mark. Thank you so much.
Great.
Have a wonderful day. All
Thank
right.
you guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.